All right. Hey, at least I've learned to start checking, right? There we go. Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to It's Actually Wednesday, and we're getting some work done. I'm gonna see if I can finish the kobold mech thing we have going on here. We're getting pretty close. And then there's some more going on with this, so we're not fully finished with everything today. We'll just be finished with this piece specifically. Let me turn my music off though. Yes. Cool. That way it should just be music playing on my BRB screen, so when I return, we don't get startled. Hello, Bootsy. How's it going? What did I just... I think I just minimized the chat. Da 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 da. There we go. Hey, alright, so. Yeah. I don't know really what else to say. We got a kobold. It's time to do it. Oh, that's fantastic. That's not good. Let's go ahead and erase that. It's going. I feel that. I feel that. All right. I hate when I do this. It's really difficult to completely remove a line, especially because I can see. It's fine. I will probably end up drawing over and erasing that portion later. I think this is metal. I don't know if it actually have a bulge in the tail. Perhaps I'll have to draw something else there. All right, so trying to see what I have left here. Mostly just the gauntlet and the feet, but I want to make sure if there's anything else that I am missing, that I've kind of given it a chance to stick out to me so I can try to grab it. And then we're just going for a little bit today. We'll see what happens. See how far we get. I feel like it has kind of a... Oh, that was a big snap. I don't know if the microphone picked that up or not. Oh no. My true identity. That I am a skeleton. Wait, aren't we all just skeletons inside of our little flesh vessels, though? All right, so I'm just kind of adding, I guess, some of the last things we've got going on here. I think this is about... And then we have... So it's kind of like, let's draw it. Hold on. So it's kind of actually got the one bit, and then it has the larger flare off of it. Let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's been anything interesting that's really gone. I've just kind of been trying to get the stuff together. I was trying to fix Twitch redeems. For some reason it's broken. I bet it's because I reinstalled it, so maybe I have to disconnect the connection to Twitch and then reconnect. The good old unplug it, plug it back in again trick. I bet that would do it. I'll try that next Tuesday. I try to limit my tech problems are very very frustrating, right? Because on one hand, if I don't spend the time to make these upgrades, it severely impedes my ability to interact with chat in various ways, right? Like, I miss that you guys could beam me with stuff to remind me to save. You know, super helpful. And speaking of, let's go ahead and save. But it can take so long to try to get some of this stuff to work. And then sometimes when you try to get one thing working, you break something else. And it's just kind of that whole cascade effect. And it can take a lot of finagling and adjustment to finally get something to work, especially when you're trying to get as many programs talking to each other as I am. And it's like, okay, all right. I'm trying to work out how I want to draw it at the angle it's at. I think this should actually be... Make this wider, and then kind of let them step up. That looks better, yes. Fantastic, alright. But yeah, it's a labor of love, I think, to overcome some of the struggles. Because I do love interacting with chat and getting to hang out while I draw. And it's what motivates me to go back and keep putting time into doing those things. Unfortunately, unless it's something that is urgently, like, breaking my computer, like when I was having... I turned out I just needed to delete some space. But it was fueling the crashing problem. I was like, okay. But there's been a few things I've had to stop and deal with immediately. But when it's like upgrades and stuff, it can time goes. Time goes. I could be trying to fix something and I think it's going to take me 30 minutes. And I look and it's been 3 hours and I'm like, I started this at noon and it's 3:30. Okay, oops. Oh no, wait. I can't leave it like this. I have to actually figure out how to fix it again. Okay. Like, it's a whole ordeal of its own. It's like a saltwater fish tank. You look at it funny and everything breaks. That is one of the most tedious hobbies I've heard of, as far as like how delicate the saltwater ecosystem is to replicate in a in a fish tank. I'm like, I don't know. Plants are one thing, but I don't think I could deal with the fish casualties. Then again, I think we ended up with a bunch of goldfish because in one time in middle school, we did some kind of experiment with goldfish. I think it was like seeing if the temperature difference caused them to like breathe faster or slower or something like that. And there was just a bunch of goldfish, and they're like, well, if anybody wants these, like, the teacher's just like, please. And so I think we ended up taking like 4 goldfish home. And yeah, they were little chunkers. I'm like, okay. Anyways, that's how we ended up with goldfish randomly. I've had a ton of random pets, I guess. One time I had crabs, and yeah, that started a whole thing. I decided I wanted a hermit crab for my birthday. I got 2 of them. And then we had like 32 crabs. And we just, it's kind of brutal. So when they shed they molt, right? To get bigger. That's how they grow. And it's unfortunate because there's like a pheromone or a smell when they are molting that just drives the other hermit crabs to consume. And yeah, it's real sad when you didn't catch that one started molting and you couldn't put them to a separate tank fast enough, and then your friend was gone, and you're like, you guys, how rude. But it was really neat for a lot of the other things, like watching them change shells out, and just kind of the way they like felt around with their little antennas and stuff, and they would eat the dead skin off of your hand, and they were cute, except the ones that liked to pinch. Let me tell you, having a living animal clamped onto your hand, I'm like, this fucking hurts, but this is my pet. This fucking hurts, but this is my pet. I think if you run, I think it was cold water or warm water, and kind of like that scares them and they'll let go. But until I got to the sink, I had a crab. Ye pinch. It didn't like cause any permanent damage, but yeah, it fucking hurt. I think it got me on the palm of my hand because I'd been holding it. Because some of them were really shy, right? And you give them a little bit of time to... Okay, we're talking about hermit crabs today, I guess. So they were a little bit shy. And some of them needed a little bit of time before they would come out of their shells fully. And, you know, so it was all, you know, fine. And so we would sit there and you, like, hold your palm flat. You put them on your palm and you hold your palm flat. You know why your palm needs to be flat? Because they pinch. I was like, come on, little fella. Yeah, he did not want to come out. And instead of saying hello, he told me to GTFO. And he pinched. And he pinched and he did not let go. And I'm like, okay, because I'd been pinched before, but I'm like, what do I do? He won't let go. God, this hurts. Little pinchy, no. And it was it Pinchy? No, that was a different one. There was one named Pinchy. I don't think Pinchy was the one that pinched me, though. I think his name was Spike. There's so many hermit crabs. Deathlight, you just got home. Well, if you were a hermit crab, you'd already be home. Yeah. Yes, we're talking about hermit crabs. How's it going? One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's the sword right there. Hey, I was gonna ask a question of what the sword looked like, but it's right there in the fucking ref, I didn't even see it there. Good job, Skuttz. Whew, those incredible skills of intuition and deduction there. Because I was just thinking, like, I have the sword left to go, and I'm like, I don't know what to make it look like. Oh, hey, hang on. Also, forgot to fix my hand. There we go. Haha. So yeah. Anyways, hermit crabs were really interesting little guys. I've had a lot of pets. I haven't had any in a long time because I just haven't been able to, like, actually take care of one. I had to adopt my chicken out. I couldn't anymore. I got too much to do. And as cute as she is, and eggs are expensive, it doesn't quite balance out on the days when I just can't do it. So it's like, which way do these stack down? Yeah, as much as I want to, I'm like, I can't. And the way that I was given the chicken, I was promised a coop with the chicken, but then I got the chicken without a coop. So suddenly I had an animal and nowhere for her to be. And it just made things really complicated. And obviously, like, if I had the funds and the capability, I would just buy a coop. And you can source a lot of free materials, but you have to go pick it up, and then I'd have to put in the physical labor of building a coop, which might knock me down and cost me work hours. So there's a lot that went into the decision of, like, just now's not the right time for chicken. But now I know if I do, I need to make sure I build an accessible coop, and it would be a lot different. So that's good. It was a little practice run. She's got a little boyfriend now. I'm gonna check in. She's been there for a week, and yeah, she's happy. So I'm like, that's good. I just don't have it. I need to get my backlog done, and, like, the chicken was a plate that I couldn't keep spinning. Don't spin the chicken, Skuttz. That's not nice. Oh, man. Oh, sorry to hear. Hopefully it's, which way do these stagger? I think I'm having trouble with the fact that it's facing the wrong direction from what I'm trying to draw it as. This is where the dyslexia kicks in, and I'm like, uh-huh. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can go through with the top part. All right. Fucking awesome. That goes back there. And then we've got the belt, and then it crosses over the chest this way. I feel like I should make the tail match this kind of that kind of pattern. No, these are spaced a bit further. And I want it to, yeah. There we go. I don't want the belt to cover up one of the lines, if you see what I mean. So trying to strategically place the spacing so they land on either side. Mwahaha. All right. All right. That's that. I need to work out the bottom. I think I'm gonna make like a place for the trim on the bottom of this. Hmm. How do I want to do this? Because one of these is slightly obscured. And it looks like it's kind of layered up. So what, this would be the largest one? But all right. I think this is kind of it. I just don't know about how it feels. Hmm. Let's see. So, if this is a rounded shape, but what's underneath it is not rounded, what goes here? That's where I'm stuck. Hmm. 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 Pardon my pondering noises. This is why we left these for last. Yeah. No. I don't think I like that. All right, I'm just gonna get rid of. We're just gonna drop it. It sucks. Start over. leave a bad sketch behind and try again. I like this little bit, and I'll leave that. That's fine. All right. Let's bring it closer. That's the other issue I'm having too. It's all the way over here. It's all the way up here. It's all the way over there. Well, let's bring it over here. Boop. And enlarge. Yes. Enhance. All right. We have the technology. Maybe that will help me when I'm not running halfway across my tablet screen to see what the reference looks like. Oh, big stretch. All right. Oh, all right. Oh no. Sorry. I knocked the pop filter off of my microphone. Just for fun. Thought it would be neat to have to put it back on in the middle of stream, you know? I am gonna give myself a very short stretch though. And then I think, what are we doing? It's trying to connect. All right. Also, the tail is showing through what looks like a net material there. At this scale, I don't think you would be able to see the tail appropriately. I think I'm gonna maybe make the underside of the tail more like the underbelly. I don't understand. How come every time I think I... Wait, is it really? Okay, I guess it's still okay. It's fine. I'm just being... being confused. It is not quite lined up, but I swear every time I try to line up the hand to my pen, it just doesn't, even though it should. What did... Oh no. All right. I don't know. We're gonna figure this one out. So let's try and do, what if it's like, goes all the way down, and this is the part that's on the ground. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, and those are the toes. All right. Okay. And now, I feel like I'm playing a guessing game, but it's like I'm trying to guess what I'm drawing. Like not like it's right there. So I don't know really how to explain it, but it's like trying to translate. It feels like when you're playing like a board game and you're trying to like make guesses at something and see if you can get it right. Like I am having very similar feeling right now to that, where I'm just like, out, oh, almost got it. Oh, gosh, there was a really fun one I played with some friends where like you can use words or phrases adjacent, or you can give hints as to like what phrase you are trying to like lead them to. I'll have to remember what the name of it was, but like it was really interesting. Trying to like guess things related on like describing them. Like I'm trying to, I can't think of a good example. It was like last year I played it, so But it's very much like you're just kind of making guesses. Or like when you're trying to guess at a riddle and you're like, ooh. Alright. I like this better. I like this better. Alright, but can I make the mechanical dough beans okay? I think we can. I think we can. I know I can. We're just gonna do it like this. I think it looks okay. And then we add like the claw piece on the end, maybe. Maybe I give this one another. Maybe. Is that the smaller toe? Yeah. All right, so I'm just kind of trying to think of the way these would articulate and the way that they would try to move, and see if I can kind of make something that feels real in that department, like it would realistically move that way-ish. To try to shift this up a little bit higher. One, two, and a third. All right. I think this looks pretty all right. The good news is that this isn't the end of this entire commission, just the end of this this character. It's kind of like a showcase. So if I see this later or I think on it and I think of something that I feel would translate that better, I have time and room to come back and fix it. So it's kind of part of just letting stuff be so you can move forward, and knowing that like if something is like actually bad enough that you can fix it. But sometimes you just need to step back for a minute. I'm sure if I end up not liking this while I'm working on one of the other mech suit pieces, I can come back over and rework this. But I'm still going to give it my best, and I'm still going to, as long as I've got it in a place where it looks good, I'm still going to go ahead and do the line art on it. I don't think it looks so bad that I feel like I have to redraw it. I don't know. I don't feel married to it. But sometimes I walk away from something and I come back and I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I like this. But while I was actively struggling with drawing it, it was just not doing it for me at all. Not at all. Alright, so that would mean this one's going to be pointy, and we're gonna go up. No. Mm-hmm. I think that'll work. All right. Oh, there's an extra one. Then I erased the top one. Mm-hmm. All right, so. Ooh, I learned about a new spider. They're like Pokemon. Every time I find one, I have to go learn about it. Like, there's so many spiders that if I was just like, I'm gonna learn about spiders, I'm like, I don't know where to start. But when it's like, okay, what's this guy? And I can like go watch a specific video on a specific spider at a point of interest. It's been very interesting. And I discovered a zebra jumping spider in my bathroom. And I keep seeing videos of jumping spiders all the time. And they're the ones that still scare me the most because they will jump. they move far distances very quickly. That's why I'm still kind of scared of bees. So I saw him and I'm like, oh, you're cute. And he jumps and I'm like, ah! And I'm like, oh shit, okay. All right, it's fine. He's just a little guy. And so I was like, all right, I gotta go learn about him. Especially because he scared me. I'm like, hey. And I actually learned, I think he might have actually tried to scare me away, right? Because he jumped at me. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what would you do with that? But they actually leave little drag lines behind them when they go jump off of stuff, and it acts like a little like bungee cord. So they'll slow down their descent for more accurate jumps and things like that. So I think what he did was try to scare me off by jumping towards me, but he landed back on the window because he had his little. I didn't know what happened until afterwards. I was like, he jumped at me. What to do? Like, okay, he's just trying to be like, big scary thing, don't eat me, I am scary too. And I was like, you are scary, okay, goodbye, have a good day. If anybody can make mechanical toe beans, it's Skuttz. You're goddamn right. Mechanical toe beans. I've got one of the neighbor's cats keeps coming over to my place, and now he stands out in the yard and he meows at me, and I don't know his actual name, so I just call him Mr. Toe Beans. And I'm like, sorry. Like, I feel like it's he looks very regal. That's why it's a Mister. Just calling him Toe Beans seemed like some kind of crime. I'm like, no, he's majestic. He deserves a title. Maybe it should be Sir Toe Beans. I should knight him. No, I drew on the wrong layer. Fuck. That's fine. This is salvageable. This is actually okay. This is fine. Oh, that was funny. It's also the name of I think, essentially, I like to play the same thing every time. And it's basically a tabaxi with a Boston or a New Jersey type accent. And usually it's knack, but knack is kind of a little shit. So I've tried to make more friendly characters to play. And the other one I play is so each of them is a different branch of the artificer. So Knack was an artillerist, and then Lucy isn't a tabaxi, but she still has the accent, and she's a changeling, so she, of course, has a tabaxi form. So not a tabaxi artificer, but still an artificer who's a tabaxi. And then my potions artificer is Beans. Just Beans. And it's just great because, like, she was the smartest character, so everyone's like, I don't know. What do you think we should do, Beans? I don't know, Beans. What do you think we should do? Beans. I'm just like... It was really fun to just say Beans. I think that was half of it. So anyways. So I like Lucy. It's fun to say Lucy Latrucy. She's just got a fun name. It's got a fun ring to it. All right, I think that looks a bit better. All right. I think this is looking pretty good. So now I just have to do the sword. What layer is that one on? There. Okay. All right, so these and these. Let's go ahead and merge. And drop it down. I need to add... Yeah, so sometimes I just get really overwhelmed trying to add all of details all at one time. And trying to make sure that I remember everything, and... I don't know, I just kind of like slowly layer stuff up on top of things. Like adding the belt thing here at the end. Alright, so... Okay, so... We've got the belts, we've got the thingies, we've got the doodads, we've got the stuff. I just need to do one more pass. And then I think this one's actually almost done. So the only other thing I need to do is like a whole composition layout with everybody. But I'm not quite sure just yet how they're gonna go, but I might let this be what I do for here for today. My hand is still bugging me. I swept my patio last week after I adopted out my chicken. So I got all the straw and all the wonderful things that were it was chicken poop. It wasn't wonderful things. It was chicken. It's wonderful for the garden, but yeah, no. There was just lots of chicken poop. I'm like, yes, it's nice to actually be able to go sit out there again now. And another reason that I will wait until I can have an actual coop and chicken run set up before I get chickens. But it's alright, because the home she went to is still, like, within, like, the circle of people I know, like, my social circle, so, like, while we don't ever hang out or anything, like, previously, well, like, one time, but, it's like, I'll be able to hear how Paige is doing, be like, okay, my chicken, she's doing okay. It's not like I just... She's gone forever now, and I'll never know. It's kind of sad that I had to let her go, But ultimately, the best case scenario is that I learned like what kind of things I would need to have on a chicken coop for it to be accessible for me. And since she's got a little rooster boyfriend, we might get some chicks from her. And so it's not out of the question for me to potentially have her some of her chicks to raise, and that would be really fun. She was like really chill, but because I didn't get to raise her, she just like wasn't like, she didn't really want to be handled and stuff by me, which also I just can't. I can't wrangle a chicken that doesn't want to be wrangled, you know. I'm past that in life. But so yeah, she's been doing good. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and I think I am just going to smooth this out because I don't see the point. This is a mechanical surface, not an organic surface, so the squish should not be. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, I guess, add some more like spots for the tail to articulate. I'm trying to think what else. It'd be kind of cool to give like a gold tip on the tail or something. Alright, now it's time for the sword. Can I merge these? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna merge them. Alright, drop the opacity on that so I can tell what my new layer is. Okay, cool. Alright, the sketch is complete. Let's go ahead and save. And then I need to stretch and to drink some water real quick so I can continue to yap to you, you know? Must stay hydrated. The redeems are broken. Even if this was Twitch, I would just be shriveling up here on my own without you to remind me to drink like a Tamagotchi. Sorry, the concept of streamers basically being little Tamagotchis for the chat is always hilarious to me. Alright, so I'm just gonna do BRB real quick. I need to stretch my leggies. And then we're gonna draw a sword. because I actually have the ref, so I can do it. Yeah, then we're gonna truck through finishing the line work on this, I think. And then, let's see, do I have... Yeah, I did a few doodles. Oh, because I'm confused about the number of figures, so I can't even do it. Oh, never mind. Alright. No, I'm just gonna have to do that one after stream or a different day. Alright, scoot everything over. I could rearrange everything later. I'm gonna make sure they're own, like, individual things I can scoot. Alright, cool. Give me just a moment. We'll be right back, and then we will get to sketching the sword. I guess I have to sketch the sword before I finish the rest of the lines. Fine, we'll go. I'm trying to find my shortcut remote. What the fuck? Never mind. It was right in front of my face. I swear I looked there. Alright, How long is the sword? Not quite. Excuse me. Not quite as tall as she is. But pretty large. Alright. I think I got this. Let's throw down a new sketch layer so it's on its own, so I don't fuck up anything else. And then, I guess let's do it. All right, so I'm trying to think of like how large to make this. All right, so that's the end of that. And then the sword itself has a very interesting shape. Alright. Are those all parallel enough? Fuck. I was holding my breath for no reason. Shit. Yeah, I feel like if... But I don't... Bah. Is it something I can just mirror? I'm trying to draw it at an angle, but I don't know if that's gonna fucking work. I have to try to find out. Alright, and then this kind of has a scoop, and then it's more like that. We're doing the guessing game again. It's my favorite part. I don't know. There's something in like there's something in coming back to something that I struggled with and being able to overcome it that I really find satisfaction in. And this commission's actually a really good example of that, because when I took this, I felt really intimidated by doing so much armor and weapons and stuff, but I loved doing it. So I knew it was ambitious, but within my capabilities, you know? And it was something that both the commissioner and I were like, you know what, let's put this one on the back burner for a minute. And it was okay. And so then they were like, hey, do you mind if we pick this one up again? Basically sorted something out about it. And it's like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I feel like I'm good with trying to tackle it now too. I've done a way more armor in the years since I took this. So it's kind of cool. And it's one of the things where it pays off on my customer side for having like the patience with me. Because they kind of get a little bit of an investment almost out of when they have to wait for art. So like it's not convenient and it's not fun. And I try to do my best if there's deadlines to hit deadlines. That's different. But like it just was like, all right, now I come back to it and I'm like, I got this, let's go. I've got so much more experience under my belt. And sometimes you just need to come back and like be in a better mindset or in a different spot, and like not feeling so overwhelmed by this is just in itself, it feels like a sense of accomplishment when I picked this up. I was a little bit confused because it had been a while since I worked on it. But I was like, once I got my bearings and everything, I'm like, okay. It's, my skills have also grown in the time span. So, this is probably a little bit better than it would have been back then, just because I've had more skill growth in the area of armor and, drawing weapons and stuff. I think also some of them didn't have refs prior, right? So like, there was a lot of working from descriptions and stitching together refs, which is usually totally fine. But when it got to here, where it was trying to put so many things together in a complex I got a little overwhelmed, and it was fine. That's where, like, if I just ghosted my commissioner and was like, oh, this is too hard for me, oh no, and then I just don't talk to him anymore, like, that's not okay. That's not that's not good. But if you're like, yeah, this is a little bit much for me right now, is it okay if I put it down for a minute? Then they know that they're not forgotten, And in this case, like, it kind of got dropped down on their priorities for a little bit too. And so they weren't super pressed for it to be done super quickly. And it was fine. It just kind of worked out that I was able to cultivate the skills in the time between. And so now I feel like, cool, like, I know that they waited, but I'm excited to get them their art instead of just being like, oh my gosh, I feel bad. It's been so long. I'm like, well, yeah, I feel bad, but like, you know what'll feel not bad? Getting them their fucking art. So let's get it done and give it to them because they're going to love it. And it just makes me excited. I think the motivation of making people happy with the art that I make is a big one. Like, I don't really need validation from social media numbers. Reach is good so I can find more customers to make happy, you know? But, like, I don't define my happiness or my success with my artwork on how many likes I have on social media. It's more about, is my customer base happy? But currently, since I do commission work, that's where my priority is. Alright, did I mess this up? Did I do it? I erased all of my reference lines, so I don't know. Oh no, I'm sitting funny. Wait. No, I'm not allowed to sit on my foot anymore. My spine says sit straight. There we go. The gremlin habits, they still persist, you know? Oh, I don't have my ball. I was doing like a little soccer ball that I hold between my knees, so I sit with like proper posture and I'm not ruining my back sitting funny. It also prevents me from doing things like sitting on my foot. It's right up there with shrimping, you know? Alright, does that look pretty good? I think it does. This extends out. Then we've got... Oh, I did not make it long enough. Well, shit. I feel like I probably should have drawn it and then skewed it. You know what? Let's do that. Oh no, I lost chat. Come back. There we go. Hey, Rampage. Two-handed great sword, so take that as you will. Oh, a clever way of incorporating the color splotches so it's not exactly to scale. Oh, shit. Fair enough. That's pretty cool. Although, unfortunately, I didn't notice that that was supposed to be the flat ref for, for the colors. So, yeah, I do believe then we should go just a little bit larger. Well, it's fine. We can make things smaller and rearrange it, but we can't make things larger. So, I'm going to drop that, going to use the symmetrical ruler, and then I'm going to take my sketch and I'm going to skew that. Because I think it'll distort the line art too much. So, fuck me, there's only so much I can do there. But, I think I should be able to do it with the sketch. And then that will keep things in line. Unless... already ruined it. Alright, select this, select that. Will you work? Oh god, wrong layer. No! Son of a bitch. I would like a new layer. There we go. Let's try it again. So the only problem is that I did draw it kind of at a skew already. So we'll see how it goes. But I think it'll be fine. So we want to make sure that this is large. I had too much swoop. I gave it a mustache. Oh god, yeah though, this isn't even making a straight image. Yep, ah, fuck. Alright. Fine, it's a sketch anyways. We're gonna do a little bit so I know what's going on. I already drew the shape the first time, which is the important part, because then I feel like translating it's not as difficult. Alright, so. Yeah, we're getting a little bit funny here. But that's fine. I'll come back through. And if we need to scale this down because I've made it too large, that's, that's fine. Once again, it's easier to make it larger and scale it down. Oh my god, I love drawing swords for no reason. I don't get to draw enough swords. I think this is an irrefutable fact. I just need to draw more swords. Please. Like, I guess I just draw a bunch of pinups. I'm like, okay, well, the solution is pinups with swords. We found this month's theme, everybody! Oh, goodness. I love it. It was a joke until I actually, said it. And I'm like, no, this isn't a joke. This is a great idea. We're gonna do sword pinups. I found so many good references lately. Ah. I did the bunny suit themes. Well, that was fun. Once in a while, there's an idea that inspires me, and I'm like, I want to do that one. So, find a sword you think is pretty and bring me your OC. And that's what we're doing this Friday. Why am I holding my breath? Oh my god, I hate that. Ugh. This isn't traditional art. It's fine. I can breathe. It's also the sketch. Like, it shaking a little bit's not going to kill me. It's funny sometimes. Ooh. Okay, so I want to do something where I take the dumb projects I want to do and I just stream them. Because there's a bunch of dumb shit that I want to do. And I just don't have the time. So I think I'm going to finish setting up basically the last stuff around the house I need to settle into place. And once that's all done, you You guys, we're gonna have some streams. We're gonna have some streams. Okay, so I fucked this up. How do I fix it? I have a bad feeling that... Ah, son of a bitch. Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. So then what do I do? I don't think I can, if I move stuff, it doesn't, it loses the symmetrical bullshit. So, I'm trying to work out exactly how to keep what I want. Wait, did I fuck up the shape of that? No? Wait, what? That one goes with this in the middle? Are these different? Yeah, I think this one goes... So we're just gonna disregard that one entirely then. Won't confuse myself with multiples. I think those should be a little bit straighter than I made them. Alright, cool. Alright, so the main thing I'm trying to make sure is that the tip of this and this are about the same. And then there was one that went like here, one more here, and then this one is another one that goes up. Okay, so we're gonna have these just stay tucked in a little bit more. And I think that stays streamlined, yeah. Because I think what you want to be able to do is have it overall connect. Alright, sweet. I like that. Now, the last bits. Oh no, I think it looks pretty good. I think what I did was drew the proportions wrong. Like if I sized it up together, the hilt to like this part's probably okay, and like the tip's probably okay, but you can see how much shorter this middle area is. It is a lot longer. It's like a quarter of the length. Yeah, and I've only got it being like a third of the length. Also, I have to draw stuff like that out. Normally, you can't see it, but I pinch with my fingers and mark out the size differences, and we'll like check ratios and stuff that way. I think if I do a traditional stream where you can see my hands, you'll be able to see me do it more. Or if I put a hand cam up again. Was it fun seeing the tablet from a different angle? Because like I can still set that up, but I just didn't know if it was worth it, or if it was cool to see a separate angle of what I'm working on, essentially. All right. This is where we trust the process, and I cut the thing up I've made. Yeah, because I need to cut it up and resize parts first, and then I can try. Oh God, what's this? Wow, what's gonna happen? I like this. All right, yeah. Let's say this is where we lose. Everything being in the center. All right, so I need to position this. Oh, this is wrong. Right, because it needs to be at an angle. Alright, so we'll scoot the sword down later. In one piece. Alright, so that puts it around the top. And then I'm going to make the whole thing larger overall. And then we might have one more break coming up here. Let's do apply the transformation. I'm gonna make the tip smaller by a little bit, and then we're moving it all the way. And then, are these close enough to work still? I think, ish. It's fine, because it won't matter once I move shit later. It just needs to be close enough. Front door. All right, so now that looks good to me, maybe. But what I'm going to do now is just skew the whole thing a little bit. If I can. Will it let me? Will it not let me? I don't like this. Do I have to rasterize the layer, maybe? No. Oh, I probably just have to get rid of the ruler. Also, let's just clear everything. There we go. Something else was stuck in there, and I'm like, eh, stop it. No, we want to do it this way. Alright, so I don't want to distort it too much. Alright, oh, that's it, hang on. I gotta use the restroom. There's no choice, I must go. BRB. I got more water. I realized I did eat this morning, but I was up earlier than usual and hungry earlier than usual. I realized I was getting hangry. So, I had, not gonna lie, I roasted a chicken last night. I just ripped a hunk off of it and ate it. We don't need fancy here. We just need food. So I have refueled for the adventure ahead. I think the sword looks okay. There's a few parts. We'll see if I can do them a little bit different. Ooh, can I do it like this? Just duplicate it. And then, can I just shift it up a little bit? Just want it to be thick. I'm just trying to see if this is gonna be helpful at all. It might not. think it should be down a little bit more, but helps to realize the edge of the blade isn't entirely... Like, this could probably then move into a point up there. Still want to kind of show some thickness to it, you know? We'll see. And compensate for a few of the spots where distorting it made it kind of weird. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and merge these. Huh? No, that's a ruler. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, that's fine. And then we have this. Cool. Just going to drop the liner even lower than everything else so I can see. All right. All right. God, my allergies are going haywire, dude. All the flowers, all the bush. I'm like, oh, it's so pretty outside. My eyes are kind of itchy. All right, where's my line art? All right, so this is my new one. Yeah, it was just nice. Nice day. All right. Don't fuck up again. We did that last time. Right, I think it was like an 8 point. God, why do I never write down what width I'm working at? I want to say it's 10, but it's really easy for me to do too thick of a line. But that's probably, because I tried to make it so I could not have to press as hard. It's fine. It's fine. Theoretically, I should be able to draw with an even bigger brush. And then I think this was just kind of... Alright, so... Yeah, I don't know. Line art is taking up my brain space right now. I could just go off about spiders now. That's all I got. I was helping a friend with something and there was a false widow in their garage and I was like, oh, let me move him real quick. They only bite if you like accidentally grab them. And this would be a prime situation. It was right next to their hand. Like, you know, she accidentally grabbed him. Otherwise, I watched him booking it away. He was like, no, Like, she was scaring him. And I'm like, all right, come here. Well, I didn't know it was a boy at first, but, like, I fucking love favorite spider fact, hands down. You're going to keep hearing it on this channel, that spiders have their balls on their face. The palpae or whatever it is. They have the males have their testes there. So it's like, okay, you can just look and see if they have balls on their face or not. It's It's really entertaining. I love spiders. They used to terrify me, and I'm like, I was going off about them to one of my friends, and they were just like, you might single-handedly actually like cure me of my arachnophobia with all the spider facts. And I'm like, it's how I got over mine. They're neat. When you find out that false widows are essentially little like engineers, it's fucking cool. No, a spider bit you this morning on the hand while you were sleeping, so you didn't get to ask what type it was. Oh, no. Yeah, unfortunately, one of the times people get bit the most is, like, when they end up in the bed sheets. And so it's the only time they bite's when they're, like, squished or compressed, which, I'm sorry. That sucks. That happened to me too. I was cleaning out my closet. Well, I was awake, so I was cleaning out my closet, and I was reaching in for something, and all of a sudden I felt something on the back of my hand, and I thought I just got like a splinter, I was like, what the fuck? Ah. And I looked, and there were 2 little marks. I was like, oh shit, I think I actually got bit. And it was like itchy and irritated for a little bit, and then it got better. But I was like, I was just doing my own thing, and I guess I got a little too close and squished somebody. They bit my hand. I was like, I don't know, like 9 months ago. I was like, aw. I was like, the only thing that sucked about that, it was on the side of my hand that I draw with. But I think it was back when my hip was really bad, so I wasn't able to draw anyways. At least not for long enough for it to really matter. But yeah, I don't know what kind bit me either. Although all the reported deaths from spider bites are like, there's it's like suspected, but none of them actually have like the spider in question or 100% like identified. And oh god, the one about black widows, like they're still medically significant is what they call it. But they're not as lethal necessarily as we thought, maybe. I mean, still, if you get bit by a black widow, go get taken care of. But like the guy who like died on record from a black widow bite basically chugged a 1/5 of tequila thinking he was gonna die from the spider bite, and he did die, but they think it was probably from alcohol poisoning rather than the bite itself, which is pretty fucking wild. So, cottonwood is flowing, looks like it's snowing, and now your nose you are blowing. That's beautiful poetry, Bootsy. I too am also incredibly allergic to the cottonwoods. They float, and I sneeze. Oh no. Around here especially, like, in the Pacific Northwest, they like to grow around, like, rivers and stuff. Or, like, that's where I'll notice, like, the worst is, like, you go over a bridge and all of a sudden you just get hit with this, like, wall of little floaty, they're essentially, like, little puffs of shit that's got seeds on it. And they get everywhere. And they get everywhere. And I'm super allergic to them. At my old job, I was in a warehouse, and so it would get really fucking hot, and they would keep the bay doors open to let the delivery doors, and it was like, it was so nice to get a breeze from there, but with the breeze came the seeds. And so when we ran out of work, they would be like, oh, well, if you're at work, you better be working. Start cleaning stuff. And I'm like, what? Fine. At least they weren't telling us to paint stuff that time. And so I'm like dying because I'm cleaning these giant wads of cottonwood seeds out from it. They like, forget dust bunnies. This was like a just gigantic mass of fluff. And yeah, they made us fish them out with the dustpan and broom, which means, of course, we kicked them up everywhere. Well, I didn't, but the person who was sweeping them up sure didn't give a fuck. And so it kicked up a bunch, and I was just like, so much sneezing. I hate it. Not a fan of allergies. I give it a D-. Stupid feature. It's one of those things where I go and I like I touch my windowsills. I'm like, I need to dust because the pollen's gathering on the surfaces, and so like anytime I touch something by a window, I'm just like, allergies, itchy. I'm like, God damn it. I went for a walk the other day, trying to keep up on getting back at it, and they had just mowed. And so like the whole time I'm walking, I'm like, I got the sniffles. And I'm just like, oh my God. And like it outside is very pretty, but also I am allergic. I'll only look at the grass, please. I don't want to touch it. Please don't make me touch the grass. Please don't make me touch grass. I'm allergic. Sorry. I'll redraw that part later. All right, so and then I have to see. So this one I need to spend a second getting the whole like composition together. And like I'm confused on how many characters or like which it's fine. It's not it's nothing chat can help me with. I'm going to bug Rampage about it after stream. But that way I know what else I'm doing forward with this one. But I'm going to have to find the next project to start on YouTube next. Haha. This one's almost done for a minute. And I'm just thinking, I have a bunch of stuff I've been working on Picardo, but I haven't had any, I don't have anything lined up next for this. So I should probably take a look and see what I can do. I hate when I like plan to work for a while and then I'm like, oh, what do I work on next? I'm like, oh shit, indecision. I'm not working on anything else. I have to go kind of look and assess. I think I'm going to be starting at least one more ref sheet, possibly two. And then I think the rest of stuff is going to be, it's going to be on elsewhere. Although tomorrow, bring your OC and a sword. I want to draw some pinups. All right, let's erase out the bits I'm not going to see. All right. What do we do next? Let's save. Oh. That was good. My back cracked. Let's see. Ooh. Sorry, if I don't stretch, we don't have more time drawing. It's the way it goes. All right. All right, so here's the deal. My shoulder's acting up, and we're gonna try and beat my shoulder. I'm gonna try to see if I can finish this before I have to go. Stop holding your breath, dude. Oh, shit. It matters when you're using, like, I don't know, microliner pens. That doesn't look right. I like them the other way. There I go again. I can't help it. It's like one of my worst art habits is just like holding my breath to steady my hand. I mean, it's a great habit if you're trying to like do something really precise. But I'm not doing anything that is that is to that extent. And like, even if you do, like, you still need to stop and breathe once in a while. You can't just indefinitely hold your breath. It's like, I'm focusing so hard. I forget that I need oxygen. Damn it. Do, 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 do. All right. Man. All right. Yes. I'm willing to bet it was probably a common house spider. No, not a common. The giant house spiders, because they roam. Sorry, I was thinking about the spider bite thing, and like it's probably not one of the stationary ones that lives in a web. It would be one of the ones that wanders. That would be more likely to wander into places where it would get squished at bedtime. Spiders don't like death by snoo-snoo. They need to stay out of the bed. They do not want to get squished. They are so tiny. Poor little spiders. Little fourth dimensional beings. Now, scorpions, though, fuck that. Which, ironically, I guess people are more afraid of spiders than scorpions. Even though scorpions are, like, a little bit more dangerous. Again, though, they're pretty slow-moving, and, like, most of the time when people do get injured, it's because, like, the scorpion was in their shoe or something like that. Or they put their hand on top of, like, scorpions don't look at us and go, yeah, I'm gonna get that. But they, even if they did, I don't know, maybe it's the fact that people feel like they could just, like, grab them by the stinger, like they have a little handle, just like, beep. They're like, haha, I have bested you and your short arachnid legs. As the scorpion's like, hey, put me down. I don't like this. I'm glad I don't live in an area with scorpions, I'm not gonna lie. And now that I've learned about a lot of the local spiders, I'm like, okay, these guys are pretty chill. Especially because the main ones you have to worry about are like black widows, which aren't super common, but like the brown recluse and hobo spiders are. But the giant house spider is actually one of its like natural predators. The same thing with the false widows. They are like the apex predator of spiders. In all situations where they pitted them against another spider or watched the interaction, they ate the other spider. I'm like, geez. Did I draw that wrong? It goes opposite of where this is out, huh? I bet backwards buckles are up there on my accidental things I do in my artwork. I just realized that. I'm like, if I were to have like a characteristic like fuck up that you're like, is this Skuttz art? It's like, are the buckles drawn backwards? It's mine. All right. All right, so you know, I think I hold my breath so I'm not like breathing into the microphone. I think that's part of it. I am painfully aware of being very close to the microphone, and that if I just sit here without any music on, you'll listen to my heavy breathing while I draw on the micro. It's like, yeah, let's not. All right. And then I don't even know, what else do we have? Oh shit, that's not where that ends. Whoops. That's an easy fix. Alright. We have an arm left. The arm and the sword. Alright. I've stopped and I have saved. Do I want to start with the sword? No. We're gonna save it for last. Alright. I think I'm gonna actually see if I can shrink this bit just a smidge. Yeah, there we go. It didn't give the pauldron like any breathing room. All right. What? There we go. All right. All right. We're almost there. We're almost there. I'll be so happy if the line work on this one gets done tonight. I think this is going to be a little bit of a slog in my queue because I think everything is armor. It's all armor all the way down. And I'm like, oh shit. It's not a bad thing. It's just it's gonna take a while to feel like I'm gonna get through these. And I'm just gonna feel like all of a sudden I've slowed down and like, oh my god, why am I not working as fast? And it's like I'm working fast enough. I'm just doing a lot of lines per image when I'm doing a lot of details and adding armor on everything. It's like that's not nothing. That's significant. That's very significant. Oh boy. So all right, so what do we do? What do we do? The kobold's almost done. Quick, get another kobold. I don't know. What I decide to do, they stagger out. And that's probably going to be behind the sword. Oh, you know, I'm not very good at gardening, but I've tried. And one of the few things I've managed to actually succeed at growing is strawberries. And they are looking very nice this year. I'm very, very excited. I hope I hope nothing eats them before I get to harvest them. Um, they're so good. Like the store-bought ones are never quite ripe, so when I have them in my yard, they're sun ripened, they're delicious, and just oh, it's so good. And I'm like, I want to bring strawberries to my mother. So as soon as they're ready, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to bring a few. I'm not gonna have a ton, but yeah. Although they grow well enough, I'm like, I wonder if I could just like turn a part of my yard into a berry patch. Ah. Although Washington's wild, dude. The blackberry bushes are pretty gnarly, right? But in like September or August when they make berries, oh, it's so good. I think there's also just something to like picking the berries myself that it's like the foraging activity is nice. But oh my god, it's so good. So Eastern Washington has a bunch of like fruit trees and stuff, and I've literally never had a better peach than when I went with my grandma and I was a kid. We just like we went to go and it was like you pick your own box. It was like £5 for whatever, or like it's something like that, or like you get to fill the box for $5 or whatever. So it's like as many as you pick in the box, and it was just so delicious. Kind of like when anybody I've had who's had fruit trees, just like it's why being able to go to like a local farmer's market or like fruit produce stands is so important if like people are able to have access to that, because the way local produce tastes and it's so different than stuff that's been like picked early enough to survive on the shelf long enough to be sold. So I won't be able to grow everything myself, but like man, I'll enjoy the strawberries I get. Oh, I should get my butt to a farmer's market one of these days. I always love seeing all the cool stuff people have. Okay, we need one more stretch. The longer I draw, the more frequently I need to stretch, and this is line art, so we're speed running the whole trash hand. I mean, we're gonna stop before my hand is trashed, but line art usually will throw me really quickly down that path. Um, do, do, do. All right, hang on one second. I'm gonna grab an actual like sword ref. I will be right back. Sorry, my back is having a day. Which, yeah. All right. Let me. Okay. I think that this is fine. I just saw some really cool sword refs. And I feel like the main thing I want to make sure is that it like looks like it's got some heft down here. Ah! I think this is okay. All right. Trust the process. We got this. Except it's pointy. As I continue to make it not pointed. All right. I don't know what else has really been going on that I'm sure there's been something. It's just like whenever I'm trying to draw and like think of something, it's difficult unless there's been something that like comes to mind, you know? Like what have I done recently? I haven't really done too much. It's been drawing. I did play some Baldur's Gate, and we got past the. Oh, that's where I was talking earlier about. It's really satisfying to overcome the things in your way sometimes. So I know I could have gone and looked up a tutorial and seen how to get past the spot that I was in, but I was like, I'm just frustrated enough that like I probably just need time and I'll come back to it, you know? It'll be fine. And so when I went to go run back at it, I'm like, cool, so the stupid things can't find me. Let's go to turn order. And I finally managed to get past that part. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to get through Baldur's Gate at this point. It's a good game and I'm enjoying playing it, but it's such a long game. And because I have limited time for gaming, it's just taken me forever to get through it. So I'm just like, okay. But I want to finish it before I start another game. Otherwise, I will never go finish Baldur's Gate. It'll be so long that I'll have to be like, oh, I guess I'll have to start over and try and remember where I'm at. And nope, no. If I have to do that, I'm never picking the game up again. That's why I haven't done any mods. All right, and then we'll have that part taper into the blade. Hopefully, this looks right. But yeah, so it was really, I think I just had everybody run at the same time. And then Shadowheart was like lagging behind everybody, so I was like, eat a potion, ma'am. And that was pretty much that. I'm trying to think what game I would like to start in addition, but I think Tuesdays, I'm starting to try to fall into a schedule, I think, now that I've kind of had some things like, I don't know, like there was a lot going on for a minute. And so any time for gaming, it just felt like I didn't really have any. But it's also really nice to just be able to hang out and like chat with everybody while I'm playing a game. So I was doing Project Zomboid for a little bit, but I was like, no, okay, we had no luck with the last run. I died because I got scratched, which sucks. It's the lamest way, but it's fine. I thought I was fine. I was like, oh cool, I didn't get bit. And all of a sudden I'm like, I'm hot and nauseous. I'm like, oh no, I'm turning into a zombie. So I tried to start over a new run, but I opened a house that had an alarm. So that run ended really quickly. I failed Brainus the pianist. He was done dirty when I opened the fucking the house alarm. I'll just have to try again later, but for a minute I'm just like, all right, I'm kind of maybe done streaming that one. I'm done. I'm not ready to even start another run on it. I'm sad. I got so far on the one that I got bit and died. I'm just like, not bit, scratched. So I'm just like, I'm not quite good enough where I avoid getting scratched or bit entirely. I'm almost there though. Like I still made it pretty far in that game. Even with the bite risk. So I got bit few enough times, or scratched few enough times, that it didn't, I still was able to like clear out part of the area and kind of start building a base and stuff. So yeah, it was okay. It really sucks to lose your progress though. Like I see, there's a lot of frustration in getting progress made, and then your character gets bit, scratched, turns into a zombie or whatever, and however far you've tried to make it is just gone. And it's like, no. And I've gotten to the point where, like, initially I was just making myself a server, so when I died I would spawn back in the same server and I could find like my loot bags of crap. It's kind of like what I was doing with friends when we were playing, because your game's not over, you know. I was like, oh shit. But now I'm surviving long enough that the power and the water get shut off. So if I'm starting again, like I need to make sure I've got a good enough spot to start over. That's looking pretty good. So it's just kind of funny. All right. So the thumb is mostly blocking everything here. Sorry for... What was that? Scraping my headphone cord on the back. I heard that. I don't know if you guys heard that. Shit, I didn't want this all on the same layer. That's fine. I feel like I can actually make the rest of this all on the same layer now. Which means erasing the stuff here, that'll be in the way. And then what else? Is it just the sword? Just the handle? I think so. I might have to come back and see if I'm missing anything later. Just because always with stuff like this, there's just so much going on. And in order to make sure that I catch all the details, it's yeah, just give it a minute. Let it breathe, look at it, and see if I still feel like I got everything. I need to fix the tail bulge so I get rid of it because it's not a fleshy surface, it's a solid surface, so it wouldn't poof with the squoosh. And then we get rid of this. Yeah, we're gonna fix that. I guess I can actually erase it right now. So I'd like to leave the, I guess the belt is for the armor plate on top. But alright, let's just fucking erase that. I just want to connect those two pieces smoothly, and I can fix that after. We gotta erase this part here, and then I think we're about good. Oh my gosh. Alright, so we're almost there. I'm burning out on focus energy. My shoulder's starting to get to me. We are racing it. Okay. All of those look good. I'm gonna drop the undersketch, yes. Alright, so these should be able to merge now and not have any problems. I don't think I see anything overlapping. Okay, go ahead and save. I'm just gonna go ahead and fix this first. Let's do that. Well, other shit's out of the way. Boo 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 doo doo. Alright, so I'm trying to think what else. I have to do the sword handle, and then we've got, I think that's it. Alright, we'll have to zoom out and see. I need to fix the flats. That would be good. And then, yeah, I don't know. The fruit you've gotten at the store lately has been so disappointing. You can't wait for fresh fruit at the produce stands. Yeah, I agree. It's been really hard to like justify spending the money on the fruit when the fruit doesn't taste good. Like bananas finally got to the point where like I feel like the bananas are getting ripe again. Because I like them when they get spotty. I don't like them when they're green. But for a minute there, the bananas looked spotty, but they still tasted green. And I'm just like, oh, why? All right, that's pretty good. Nope, that's the wrong layer. There we go. All right. So, drop the opacity, draw the handle. Wait. All right, cool. I think the handle's the last bit. I think it is. There's probably something else I'm already missing, but that's fine. as I said. We'll give it some breathing space and I'll find it if it's there. See, if this is round, then it doesn't matter that the rest of it's angled. This should still be rounded. And then it looked like it had some ripped material for the handle, or like a wrap, not ripped, wrapped material. So I think that's good. I just want to make sure that the hand looks pretty good here. Alright, we'll erase the shit out here. And I think we're there. I have to fill in the flats. That's what it was. Dang it. We're getting so close. Yeah, that adds to... I was going to say, actually, maybe I should erase that because it should be behind the body. But it adds to the angle of it. And I think it would still be in front of the tail, so that works. She'd be really overextending her arm backwards if she was, reaching it behind her tail. Holy crap. Alright, so let me go in and do... This is that. I caught one more. We've got the spikes, and then this kind of plating here. Do 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 do. Yeah, I think that's it. The line art is done? Nope, it's not. Whoa, spinning around too much, made myself dizzy. Okay, so we'll go back down here, and I think all of these are good, so I can just hide the sketch now. Is that the only sketch? Is that all of them? No. Alright, cool. Gonna drag this up here. I'm gonna go ahead and merge these. And then I will go ahead and finish filling out the outline. And then I think we are done. What time is it? It's almost 7. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna get dinner. Actually, dinner, not just a hunk of chicken on the fly. And I'll be on to get some more work done tonight. I think I'm going to be starting a few rough sketches, maybe, we'll see. And then Friday, I should be on Twitch doing... I think we should do the sword themed pinups. Yeah, I don't know. I ran out of spider facts, you guys. No, not really. Trying to think what else I really have going on. We're just trying to get through. I knocked another few things down on the backlog, so Well, I guess this one still isn't fully done. Damn it! I psyched myself out. That's okay. This is a big chunk of this one, so it's good. It's a multi-character piece, so finishing one character is still good. I feel like one of the other designs, at least, is not so intricate on this level. Like, it's a larger mech, so it's still big and it's still like a mech, but it doesn't have as much of like the fiddly small armor bits. So I might be lying to myself saying that it's easier, but we'll just try to hype myself up. I think I got the hardest one out of the way first. Alright, I'm not gonna do the metal colorations on it this time. I'm gonna wait until I do all of the mechs and then I'll decide how I'm gonna color it. I don't know if I'm gonna merge everything onto one layer and just work with a single masking layer, or if this is going to be done differently. So instead of wasting my time starting to shade it or do flats when I don't know exactly how I want to do it, we're just gonna fill in the base flats and call it good. And then we'll probably be working on this again soon. I'm going to keep pushing it along. I'd like to be able to finish it, at least the line work, and have it ready to shade by the end of the month, just because it's a fucking huge, it's a huge one. It's large. But that's why we're breaking it into smaller pieces. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I got like some rough sheets I can start. Just trying to think, like, what would be fun next Wednesday? What sounds good? We're making a good headway through the backlog, so I'm starting to feel pretty good. I'm trying to take care of earning rent and the bills, so we'll probably have another stream this weekend. But that's kind of been the pattern, is I do the in-stream commissions during the weekend with the short turnaround, but I'm not doing like line art and stuff like that. It's just shaded sketches. Oh, not even shaded. I think they're flats only. But it's to like reduce the amount of time that it needs so that I can turn them around in a weekend, but I can still offer my full like line work style additionally. But these ones take me a little bit longer to work on, so it's yeah, it's a little bit of a balance, but we're getting there. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. I'm really happy with how this came out. I'm gonna go ahead and save, and I'm gonna send them a work in progress, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today. So thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like the stream. It really helps the algorithm throw me to more people who watch other streamers and content like that. So it even just chilling and watching is honestly the best. Like, thank you so much for joining me today. It's awesome getting to chill and share my art with everybody. Because I would just be sitting here working by myself, so it's neat. I am gonna go do my things, and we'll be back for round 2 on Picardo. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Twitch tomorrow. Should be drawing more. We'll see. I might try to go take a swing at multi-streaming again, but we don't want my computer to struggle, so we'll see. Have a good one. Bye-bye.